Hello friend. Welcome to my video. In my videos you will find explanation of all quotes and proverbs. The interpretation of proverbs and quotes have been found through a lot of research and reading many books so that I can inspire you and provide you with the right knowledge, which takes a lot of time and effort. Because I wish that even after I die, I can pass on these famous sayings and interpretations to everyone. Please subscribe my channel to take this initiative of mine one step further. Without further delay, let the video begin. There are 2 days in the year where we cannot do anything, yesterday and tomorrow. In this quotes Mahatma Gandhi says, "This is the most important lesson of life in my opinion. You'll figure life as you move forward. But for now, totally be in the now, and get work done." The world contains too many people who think well, but very few that act on these well thought out plans. Strive to be amongst the few, especially if greatness is a goal of yours. Be the change you want to see in the world. Meaning of this quotes, rather than complaining about what you don't like in this world, ask yourself what action you may take today in order to better the state of tomorrow. Actions are difficult, but effective complaining is easy, but empty. Don't voice your anger without offering up a solution. If you wish to change things in the world, change things in your immediate surroundings first. Starting with yourself. Don't underestimate the ability of good actions and good energy to spread through society. Don't underestimate your own ability to inspire. Inspirational journeys begin when the people closest to you are inspired to change themselves because of you. Even if you believe the path towards change is long, remember that Mahatma Gandhi took more than 30 years to get India its complete independence. But the change begins with one person. In a gentle way, you can shake the world. This quotes represents, don't underestimate the little things that can make a big difference. A small act of kindness may not seem a lot from your perspective, but it can make someone's day. An eye for an eye only ends up making the whole world blind. Here Mahatma Gandhi is referring to violence here. If we revert to violent behavior with violence, there'll be no difference between us and the person who initiated the violence. The same can be said for abusive verbal behavior. If someone disrespects you by saying something offensive and you retaliate in a similar manner, there'll be no difference between you and him. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. This quotes represents, happiness is a feeling that can only be achieved by thinking positive thoughts, saying positive things, and doing the things that are positive for you as well as for the others. Thinking negative thoughts, saying negative things, and doing the things that are negative for others won't lead you towards a happy life. True happiness comes from harmony. Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's needs, but not every man's greed. The meaning behind the quotes, people are greedy, and that's the message Mahatma Gandhi wants to convey with the help of this quote. If you aren't greedy, the earth has enough to fulfill your needs, and if you are greedy then even the earth can't fulfill your needs, or should I say greeds. The lesson here is we won't feel incomplete or unhappy if we aren't greedy. I will not let anyone walk through my mind with their dirty feet. The meaning behind the quotes, here, dirty feet refer to negative or corruptive thoughts. By taking himself as an example, Mahatma Gandhi tells us that we should never let anyone corrupt or fill our minds with negative thoughts. Our thoughts and choices must be our own, and no one must have the power to manipulate or change them. The future depends on what we do in the present. Meaning of this quotes, our future is the product of our present. It will be positive and good if we perform positive activities in our present. On the other hand, it will not be positive and good if we do not perform positive activities in our present. Do good today to get good tomorrow. Always perform good deeds and be kind to others. If we could change ourselves, the tendencies in the world would also change. As a man changes his own nature, so does the attitude of the world change towards him. We need not wait to see what others do. Here Mahatma Gandhi was trying to say that, in order to make effective change in this world, we must first alter our personal nature. When we do that, the world is a whole new place for us to make change with our new perspective. If we wait for others to take action on our behalf, we'll be waiting a lifetime. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Meaning of this quotes: seize the moment, live without regrets, do what you have to do. Don't postpone things for tomorrow, because tomorrow might not come. Be a lifelong learner. It's never too late to learn something. There is always something new that can change your perspective on things. Keep an open mind. It is unwise to be too sure of one's own wisdom. It is healthy to be reminded that the strongest might weaken, and the wisest might err. Meaning of this quotes: be humble because life is about ups and downs. One day you're up, next day you could be down. Who knows? Wisdom is good, but don't be overconfident about it. You might be on the negative end one day. Keep learning, keep getting sharp. Don't stop. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. This quote says that your true value goes beyond you. You can only find it when you are serving others for the greater good, not for selfish reasons. There is force in the universe, which, if we permit it, will flow through us and produce miraculous results. This quote says that anyone has the ability to do something amazing in their life, but it requires spirituality to come into play. We have to allow it and be worth it of it. You have to plant the seed and believe amazing things can happen. You can chain me, you can torture me, you can even destroy this body, but you will never imprison my mind. Meaning of this quotes: the mind is the most powerful tool one can have. No one can take your freedom of thought. Persistence and resilience can take you to places you never thought of. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. Meaning of this quotes: to keep resentment is something weak, because it can trap you and freeze you from taking action. Let go and forgive. Turn the page. Carry on to the next chapter. Don't hang on resentment or your life won't advance. The day the power of love overrules the love of power, the world will know peace. Meaning of this quotes is: love can override anything, while the obsession with power can destroy anything. In doing something, do it with love or never do it at all. This quotes represents: put your heart in anything you do, because when love is involved, nothing can't stop. You go that extra step, the necessary extra step to make it. While, on the other hand, when love is not involved, it's easy to give up and don't achieve anything. You may never know what results come of your actions, but if you do nothing, there will be no results. This quotes represents: that's a sure thing. If do nothing, you get nothing. If you do something, whatever it is, you get a result. So, you have to take action. It's an indispensable step if you want to produce a result. Fearlessness is the first requisite of spirituality. Cowards can never be moral. This quotes represents: fear requires nothing. It takes courage to have faith and believe what it's not visible at first sight. Whatever you do will be insignificant, but it is very important that you do it. The meaning behind the quotes: yes, to achieve great things small actions are required. Those small actions you think are easy, and you can postpone for tomorrow, insignificant, are the most important things you can, because if done with consistency, they can change everything. The path is the goal. The meaning behind the quotes: it's not the destination, it's the journey that is worth it. It's the journey that takes you from nothing to something that is irreplaceable, that makes you grow and become something different. There is more to life than simply increasing its speed. The meaning behind the quotes: doing things faster with more intensity, it's good. But it's not the quantity of action that makes the difference, but rather the quality of your actions. Content is king. To give pleasure to a single heart by a single act is better than 1,000 heads bowing in prayer. This quote says that actions speak louder than words. When you take action, you can change things. A prayer by itself will not change anything unless it makes you act. Random acts of kindness are possible to any of us. Make use of this power and help people in need. There is no school equal to a decent home, and no teacher equal to a virtuous parent. This quote says that school curriculums won't teach you everything you need to know about life, but a strong home education can do that. Schools has its place, but parents are the #1 responsible force to raise a child. Faith is not something to grasp, it is a state to grow into. This quote says that you cannot hold faith. It's not something you hold and expect to gain something from. You have to practice it, and practice. You have to believe time in and time out, so eventually you get the necessary strength to transform yourself and grow into something better. Nobody can hurt me without my permission. This quote says that you are in control. Don't get it twisted. Circumstances happen to us all, but it's not the outside that is responsible for our feelings, it's the inside. You can only get hurt if you let it. Whenever you are confronted with an opponent, conquer him with love. This quote says that love is the strongest force one can have. The non-violence Mahatma Gandhi philosophy at its best. Compassion and love for mankind can make you unstoppable. Honest differences are often a healthy sign of progress. This quote represents when everyone agrees on a matter, stay alert. It could represent no growth, because people can agree just to stay in their comfort zone and don't have to make any change. But no change, no progress. It's when people are honest and speak their mind that improvement can be reached. Adjustments have to be made time to time. Let your voice be heard. Each one has to find his peace from within. And peace to be real must be unaffected by outside circumstances. This quote represents, if you can control something in your life, it's from your inside. That's what you should focus on. Outside circumstances happen to us all. It's the way we deal with them, the way we think and react to them that dictates your outcome. You can only do that from within. Where there is love, there is life. This quote represents, love is the fuel of life. It makes us achieve impossible things. It makes us keep on going when logic tells you to quit. There is no such thing as too insane unless others turn up dead due to your actions. This quote represents, most people who succeed in life were considered insane somewhere in time. As long as killing your own kind isn't your mojo, you're good. Let them call you insane and make fun of you. You know what you're doing. and don't have time to care about what others think. If I had no sense of humor, I would long ago have committed suicide. Meaning of this quotes: Mahatma Gandhi's life story is full of struggles and setbacks. Despite this, his way of dealing with circumstances is to have a sense of humor, something to laugh about. No matter how bad situations turn out for you, a great sense of humor can help you solve your problems. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. This one of the most known Mahatma Gandhi quotes. People follow examples, not advices. That is the best way to influence someone to do something. Don't tell them, show them. Congruency with your words and actions, that's what you should chase. Action expresses priorities. Meaning of this quotes: you can say what you want, you can wish it, but nothing will change unless you do something about it. That is to turn a thought into reality. Some people talk a good game, but do the exact opposite of what they say. They have their priorities mixed up. For instances, you say you want a degree, but you stay partying and hanging out all night. Your priority is to have fun when it should be to study. Love is the strongest force the world possesses, and yet it is the humblest imaginable. Meaning of this quotes: once again love, and this time one of the great characteristics love has. Anyone can love, anyone can be loved. It requires no resources, just you, your heart and your desires. To believe in something, and not to live it, is dishonest. Meaning of this quotes: what you believe you become, your thoughts turn into words, and words turn into actions. That is the process to succeed. If you neglect one of the stages, you won't achieve your outcome. If you believe really hard in something, but don't practice it, you're not being congruent, you're perpetrating the fraud. Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes. The meaning behind the quotes: don't be so hard on you that you don't forgive yourself for your own mistakes. Inner freedom to take risks and to commit some errors is necessary to learn with life and eventually to improve. They cannot take away our self-respect if we do not give it to them. Meaning of this quotes: no one can bring you down, only if you give them permission to it. You can't control what people say, but you can control how you react to it. Don't get caught up with critics. Hate the sin, love the sinner. This quotes represents: we all make mistakes. Even though it may be tough to be on the wrong side of a sinful act, realize that the person doing it to you is only human. They may have a problem in their life. They may be confused about what they want from this world. Don't be mad at them. Your hatred only breeds more hatred, and it in turn only makes the world a less enjoyable place to live. Revenge is not the answer. Sure, condemn the act, but also learn to forgive someone who made the mistake. We all have our own imperfections after all. I object to violence because when it appears to do good, the good is only temporary, the evil it does is permanent. Meaning of this quotes: violence is not the answer. Even if it appears to be for a just cause in the short run, it will only encourage more violent acts in the future. One needs to be slow to form convictions, but once formed they must be defended against the heaviest odds. Meaning of this quotes: don't be rash making decisions. Important decisions can have a huge impact on your life. But once you have made them, follow through. Keep your word and do the things you say you are going to do. Strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will. This quote says that the most influential people on the planet are those who will not back down. They make a stance, and they stick to it. There is a lot more power in the man who will do whatever it takes to succeed than there is in a stronger man with less desire and courage. Faith must be enforced by reason. When faith becomes blind, it dies. This quote says that don't just blindly follow others simply because it is what you have been taught. Do your own research, think for yourself. Only then can you truly see the light. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. Meaning of this quote is, sometimes you have to forgive what others have done. While it may be a hard thing to do, it is well worth it. When you hold a grudge, you are left with pain and suffering. When you forgive, you are able to move on with your life and to be the person you wish to be. You must not lose faith in humanity. Humanity is an ocean. If a few drops of the ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty. Meaning of this quote is, some people are ignorant, but don't lose your patience because of them. Keep focused on your goals, be loyal to your friends, and ignore everything else. The difference between what we do and what we are capable of doing would suffice to solve most of the world's problems. This quote represents, you are capable of much more than you think. Leave your comfort zone. Among all famous Mahatma Gandhi quotes, this one shines, because it tells us how we limit ourselves by living in our comfort zone. It's my conviction that nothing enduring can be built on violence. This quote represents, fighting is a sign of weakness. Great minds know we are here to play our part, serve others, and leave. Life is short, so don't feed your anger, because only you will burn. The greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. Meaning of this quote, an animal is a creation of nature, and if you torture it or take advantage of it, you prove that you don't respect creation. All life has equal value, and you cannot decide if something else can live or die. Change yourself, you are in control. Meaning of this quote, we often blame our circumstances for holding us back. But we always have the freedom to make a choice. Make a congruent decision and move forward. Move past that barrier in your mind. Without action, you aren't going anywhere. This quote says that everyone is able to contribute something great. But if you just sit back on your couch all day, you're going to accomplish nothing. Among all famous Mahatma Gandhi quotes, this one is gold as it teaches us the value of a great work ethic. Glory lies in the attempt to reach one's goal, and not in reaching it. Here Mahatma Gandhi says, following on from yesterday, when I was speaking about a lack of confidence, and how a fear of failure can hold you back in achieving your goals. It is health that is real wealth, and not pieces of gold and silver. Meaning that as long as you have a healthy mind and body, you will be able to achieve any kind of goal, aspiration, or desire. Service which is rendered without joy helps neither the servant nor the served. Here Mahatma Gandhi says, service can have no meaning unless one takes pleasure in it. When it is done for show or for fear of public opinion, it stunts the man and crushes his spirit. Service which is rendered without joy helps neither the servant nor the served. That is the idea of Shramdan. It means donation of labor. A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. Meaning of this quote is, Our thought become words, words become actions, and actions make you or break you. So think the right thoughts, and become the think you want. It's that simple. Each night, when I go to sleep, I die. And the next morning, when I wake up, I am reborn. This quote represents, live fully, die empty. That's the philosophy underneath. There's always a new opportunity each day. Make the best of it, and move on to the next day. First they ignore you, then they ridicule you, then they fight you, and then you win. This quote represents, it doesn't matter what other people think, as long as you are certain of what you're doing. Build yourself up inside, with strong values and beliefs. My life is my message. This quote represents, for all that I am, not much I need to say. Actions speak louder than words. You don't need to say much, if you're diligent and deliver. Your legacy, it's not what you say, but it's actually what you do. Thanks for watching. Success completely within your control. Listen to this quotes by Mahatma Gandhi to become a successful person today. If you like this video, please subscribe the channel, stay motivated, share with your friends, and motivate others.